Death. It's something we all face, yet most of us don't really understand what it means. What really happens the moment we take our last breath? Is it just the end, like turning off a light? Or is it something more, something deeper? The mystery surrounding death has intrigued people for centuries, and it's a question that many of us ponder at some point in our lives. While no one knows exactly what happens after we die, there are spiritual teachings and insights that can help us get a better understanding of the process. One of the most fascinating perspectives comes from the work of Edgar Cayce, who explored the soul's journey after death in great detail. Now, I'd love to hear from you. Where are you watching from today? Drop a comment below and let me know. It's always interesting to see how this topic resonates with people from different parts of the world, so feel free to share your thoughts or experiences too. According to Edgar Cayce, known as the sleeping prophet, death is not an ending but part of a greater journey. He described it as a transition, like moving from one room into another. In this view, our consciousness or soul doesn't die. Instead, it continues on. But how it continues and what happens next can be affected by what we do even after death, especially when it comes to cremation. Cayce's readings suggest that burning the body might interfere with the soul's natural process of moving on. He saw death not as a sudden stop, but more like a door that opens slowly, and rushing that process might cause confusion, disconnection, or even spiritual unrest. So today we're going to explore these ideas deeply. We'll look at what Edgar Cayce said, what people have reported, and how different cultures have understood this mystery. Whether you believe in the soul or are simply curious, this journey might surprise you. Edgar Cayce, a well-known spiritual healer, believed that the soul and the body are deeply connected, even after death. It's not as simple as the body just stopping, and then the soul immediately leaving. The process of the soul leaving the body is not instantaneous. Like flipping a switch, there's a lingering synthesis, a connection that stays. The soul doesn't just rush away the moment the heart stops beating. According to Cayce's readings, after death, the soul goes through a transition. This transition is a gradual process that takes the soul from the physical world, where the body was, into the spiritual world. It's not something that happens right away. The soul doesn't instantly disappear or move on. Instead, it lingers for a while, trying to adjust to its new reality. Sometimes the soul might stay close to loved ones, or remain near the place where it passed. It's like it's still trying to understand what has just happened and what it needs to do next. Cayce explained that the soul's journey is similar to walking across a bridge. After death, the soul needs time to cross this bridge, a kind of passage from the physical to the spiritual realm. But if something interferes with this transition, it can cause confusion or discomfort for the soul. For example, if cremation happens too quickly after death, the soul might feel like that bridge has collapsed beneath it. The process of leaving the body could be disturbed, leaving the soul confused or even emotionally unsettled. It's like trying to move on from one stage of existence to another, but something stops the flow and creates a sense of chaos. It's important to understand that Cayce wasn't saying that cremation is wrong or harmful in itself. What he was pointing out was that the timing is crucial. The separation between the soul and the body should happen naturally, with respect and awareness. The soul needs space and time to disconnect from the body, allowing it to make that transition in peace. When we rush the process, like with immediate cremation, this delicate separation can be disrupted, leaving the soul in an uncomfortable state. In our modern world, we often overlook this aspect of death and transition. We might think of the body as just an object that can be disposed of quickly after death, but according to Cayce, the soul deserves more than that. The timing of the body's disposal, especially through cremation, needs to be handled with respect and care for the energy between the soul and the body. This practice of honoring the soul's journey after death is something that Cayce believed was often forgotten in today's fast-paced world, and it's an important consideration for anyone who wants to ensure that their loved one's soul has the peaceful transition it deserves. Many people think of cremation as just a practical choice. It's faster, cheaper, and sometimes seen as cleaner. But from a spiritual point of view, it might have unexpected consequences. Cayce gave readings where he warned that cremating a body too quickly after death could cause disturbance. The soul, still attached energetically to the body, may experience shock. Like waking up in a burning building, the sudden destruction of the body might lead to confusion or spiritual unrest. People have even reported strange experiences after cremation, like sensing the presence of the departed more strongly, hearing whispers or feeling uneasy around the ashes. Could these be signs of a disturbed transition? Casey seemed to suggest that if we give time, maybe a few days for the soul to detach, cremation can be less disruptive. It's not about fear, but about care. It's about honoring the space between life and afterlife. Different religions see death in very different ways. In Hinduism, cremation is often seen as sacred. It's believed to release the soul from the body, helping it move on to the next life. Fire, in this view, purifies and liberates. But in Christianity, especially in the past, cremation was often discouraged. Many believed in the physical resurrection of the body, so burning it was considered wrong. Over time, some Christian groups have become more accepting, seeing cremation as a symbol of returning to dust. Judaism also traditionally discourages cremation, holding a deep respect for the body as a vessel made by God. Islam goes even for strictly forbidding it, believing in bodily resurrection on the Day of Judgment. So across cultures, we see two views, cremation as release and cremation as disruption. What Casey said adds a third idea. Cremation may be okay, but only if we understand and respect the timing and energy of the soul. Have you ever heard stories of strange things happening after someone is cremated? People report smelling the scent of the deceased's favorite perfume out of nowhere, or lights flickering, or dreams so vivid they feel real. Sometimes people feel an energy in the room when the ashes are present. Some mediums even claim to receive stronger messages from those who were cremated quickly. Could it be that these are signs the soul is trying to find peace, that it's still trying to complete its transition? Casey's ideas might explain this. He said that when the separation between soul and body is rushed, the soul may try to express itself more intensely, not to scare but to be heard, to be seen, to finish what was interrupted. Casey often said that how we die depends a lot on how we live. If someone has spent their life growing spiritually, seeking truth, letting go of material attachments, loving others, the transition after death is usually smoother. The soul is ready. It knows what to do. But if someone was very attached to physical things, money, fame, control, or lived in fear or confusion, the soul might struggle to move on. It may feel lost or stuck. This means that spiritual preparation isn't just about religion. It's about how deeply we know ourselves, how much we've healed, and how ready we are to let go. Cremation might affect someone differently depending on their soul's maturity. A spiritually evolved person might not be disturbed, but someone still learning might feel more shaken. Our beliefs shape our reality, even after death. If a person strongly believes there's nothing after death, their soul might linger in confusion when it finds out otherwise. If someone fears judgment, they might delay crossing over out of fear. If they believe heaven comes instantly, they might miss the signs of transition. That's why Casey emphasized the importance of mental and emotional preparation. It's not just what we believe intellectually, but what we carry in our heart. Acceptance, peace, forgiveness, these make the passage easier. So cremation is just one part of a bigger picture. The mind and soul have their own journey, and how ready we are inside may matter even more than what happens outside. Have you ever felt something strange around someone's ashes? Some families keep cremated remains at home, and over time they report feeling a presence. Some feel comforted, others feel unsettled. Casey spoke of vibrational remnants, meaning a kind of energy imprint left in the physical remains. Even after cremation, there might be spiritual connections to the ashes. The energy of the person could linger there. That's why some spiritual traditions recommend scattering the ashes in nature, so the energy can be released and returned to the earth. Keeping the ashes too close might unintentionally keep the spirit bound. So how can we help ourselves or someone we love have a peaceful and smooth journey after death?